you have a favorite classical composer?
Hey guys, so at the end of this video I wanted to do a sort of mini rundown of the state of this channel as of the end of 2017. But before that I wanted to share with you a video that I filmed, but just never got around to editing, during one of the highlights of my past year, VidCon. So I went to VidCon 2017. I had previously gone a few years ago, but I was finally back. I got to catch up with old friends, see how things had changed. Mainly I noticed that the Expo hall booths had transformed from quirky little businesses that were willing to give the new strange online video industry a chance to almost exclusively mainstream companies that made products targeted to young kids. Mainly toys, animated movies, and candy. So much candy! There was just booth after booth shoving free candy into my bag like it was Halloween or something. But one of the best parts of VidCon is just getting to meet and hang out with fellow YouTubers and also getting to be part of collabs. Collaborations at VidCon are a lot of fun because so many people who are excited about online video and a lot of the same subjects are all together in one place. For example, I was part of a Little Deuce Deuce video several years ago. I was part of a Heavish 5 video this year, and I was part of tons of other videos for channels big and small. So I thought I would figure out who YouTube's favorite classical composer is by asking YouTubers who they'd pick and then tallying up the results at the end to determine a winner. A preliminary clarification before we start though. Who qualifies as a classical composer? Technically, it would mean someone who wrote music during the classical period in Western music, which was from about 1730 to 1820. But colloquially, the term classical music often just refers to art music in general. Art music being music with a lot of focus on creativity and beauty and the melodies and the harmonies, as opposed to popular music, which is often just more about the lyrics or being catchy. So if we just go by the colloquial definition, there are a lot of potential answers. And here's what people had to say.
So, who is your favorite classical composer?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Bach.
Well, of course I'd say Mozart just because he's the most commonly advertised.
Well, I'm gonna go with the basic answer and say probably Mozart.
Probably Mozart because that's the only one I know. So. I mean, he sounds pretty good. He was on like an episode of Little Einstein. He's featured.
Oh yeah, that's right, Little
Yeah,
Einstein, they always feature that.
Let's clap really, really hard for the special music we heard today. Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Yay, Mozart!
Beethoven? Yeah, I win. There. That's how I do it here. Okay? Piano guy. Yeah, piano. He's good at piano.
He composed when he was deaf too.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I would have to say that Mendelssohn did quite a lot of hymns about me. He's like one of my biggest fans.
Oh yeah.
Rachmaninoff. I'm not particularly subtle. I like very big movements. I like very big sounds. I especially like aggressive counterpoint with aggressive vocals, and some of my more popular stuff like the Skyrim theme tends to kind of combine that type of singing and arrangement.
It's going to be Gustav Holst. I don't know if he technically classes as classical. I know there's like really specific niche genres that people get angry about. But Holst did, was it Mars? Like he did the whole Planet Suite. Yes. And Mars was amazing. I love the freaking rhythm in that. So cool. Check it out if you haven't heard it already.
I have so many. I love Chopin, I love Beethoven, but I think my favorite is Paganini. He was such a virtuoso. The works that he created are kind of used today to, like, for violinists to show off like Paganini. For his work to endure for so long, hundreds of years, where it's still at the top of what he was able to create for that instrument, it's so incredible. So I love that.
Yeah. I also love all the covers you did. You did all the different songs with all the different instruments, but you cover classical music. One hidden value it has for YouTube is it's royalty free.
I know, right? Yeah. I always loved classical music, but yeah, the reason why I did my Guitar Impossible, Marriage of Figaro, is because a friend of mine had just gotten in trouble by covering us up. So I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm doing Marriage of Figaro.
I would have
have to say like somebody like Ives or Varèse or somebody like that, one of those 20th century guys. Because they broke all the rules, right? They're making music that's just nuts. Or the other one I like too is Philip Glass. And I like him because it's so subtle. The changes are so gradual, you don't even notice them. I don't dig, you know, the Mozarts, the Beethovens and stuff. I had it all sort of shoved down my throat in college. Well, I was a music student, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah. I analyzed the entire well-tempered clavier, all 46 preludes and fugues from J.S. Bach and stuff. Yeah, so, like, I know all that stuff, but I like the heavier things, you know, the crazier things.
Now, Tommy Edison was the only person to actually flip this question back at me.
Well, who's your favorite?
And although it was a little bit awkward given Tommy's answer, I said Bach. Because growing up among the circle of people I knew who were also piano students, I felt like Bach was underrated. I would hear a lot of complaints from other people that his music was boring, it was robotic, it all sounded the same. This probably wasn't helped by the fact that many of us were taught to play Bach's music this way. But when I got older, I learned that Bach actually didn't write his music on the piano. The piano was just being invented and wasn't really refined yet when Bach was in his prime. Much of his music was written at a time where the harpsichord was the dominant keyboard instrument, which not only sounds different, but there's a fixed volume of the keys. So every note is always the same volume no matter how hard you press it, and thus there's an emphasis on a different style of play. So I gained a new appreciation for Bach once I started listening to harpsichord recordings of him too, and organ recordings, and Glenn Gould recordings. Basically, I enjoy Bach. That was my personal opinion. Although even if I add my own vote in for Bach, the overall winner of the YouTube's favorite classical composer straw poll, with an admittedly small sample size, is Mozart with 3 votes. I looked at a bunch of different online and offline rankings of the classical composers as far as like who's the best, who's the most popular, and most actually had Bach first, with Beethoven and Mozart rounding out the top 3. It seems in retrospect that my small group of pianist acquaintances is not truly representative of the overall population. Anyways, thank you so much to all the YouTubers who answered the question. You can find links to all their channels in the description box below. So, this is my first video of 2018, and things are really different on my channel from a year ago. For the past couple years, honestly, I had kind of given up hope that this channel would ever take off. I have been uploading videos once every couple months or so for kicks while I finished college, but on January 1st, 2017, I was sitting at 15,450 subscribers after 6 years. I had started working on a La La Land cover, but it ended up feeling like too daunting of a project, so I just shelved it while it was half finished. And then something funny happened. A couple of my old videos suddenly got chosen by the YouTube recommended algorithm and suddenly just started getting tons of views. And I was getting subscribers faster than I ever had before. So I decided to give the La La Land video one more chance. I spent almost a month finishing it, and it ended up being my most successful cover ever by like almost an order of magnitude. And now at the start of 2018, I have just passed 50,000 subscribers, which it's crazy to me. Most of you guys are here from one of these 3 videos. And while I've exclusively done piano covers like this on my channel for the past couple years and still plan to do more in the future, I'm gonna be making a lot more videos like these other 2 now. I've had so many ideas build up over the past 5 years. And now that I've finally settled into my life situation offline, I am committed to making 2018 the year I make all these video ideas a reality. Hope to see you guys again soon.